Kol HaKavod on this wonderful occasion of unveiling the wall, and really to mark the incredible work you and the leadership team, the lay and professional leadership team of the school have done. It's a great opportunity to really lead by example and to give back and to make sure this incredible tradition continues.
As an ambassador for Talmud Torah and Herzliya out in the community, I have been so impressed by our alumni. Our alumni are everywhere in the community. They take on leadership roles in other Jewish institutions, in other non-Jewish institutions. They're leaders in their careers, in their fields, but somehow they all seem to take on this responsibility towards the community. And I think that maybe the school has a secret sauce that turns students into leaders.
Talmud Torah was the school to go to, but not Talmud Torah. It happened to be Shara Zion Academy. And I, as a young teacher, got a position there as an English teacher to the Shara Zion when the Shara Zion Academy was really just growing in the early 50s. So in a sense, this was my life. This was some place where you had to send your children, give them the Jewish education that was so important. And when they graduated Shara Zion, obviously, Herzliya was the place to go to.
I was fortunate. I had a complete Jewish education, Talmud Torah, Herzliya. My sister's a graduate of Talmud Torah, Herzliya. Aviva can talk about herself and her 5 sisters. The entire family were graduates. Brother-in-law's graduates, so it means everything. And now I'm particularly happy that my 2 sons went to Herzliya, and now I have a grandson who's in Herzliya, who just moved back, but he's back in Herzliya.
We care very much about the school. We really feel that it shares our values. We feel very in line with the education, and we feel very comfortable. We've seen it go from, a small school, and we've seen the transition. Our kids have had both experiences. It's an amazing place. It's beautiful.
The institution has meant a lot. It not only provided our children with an amazing education, but it provided them, equally importantly, with a great friend network. People that were happy to see them with, people that challenged them and that helped them take their lives to the next level. And I think that's an amazing bonus and something that has to be maintained and nurtured.
Pour moi, une des valeurs de l'école qui était la plus importante quand on a fait notre choix, c'est Klal Israël. L'école Talmud Torah Herzliya représente toute notre communauté. C'est des gens qui sont ashkénazes, séfarades, de tous les milieux sociaux, et c'était très important pour nous que nos enfants soient dans un milieu qui reflète la communauté juive, et d'apprendre à respecter tous les membres de la communauté. Alors pour moi, ça a été une des valeurs les plus importantes en termes de notre choix de l'école.
The Jewish education goes beyond. It's socially, it just enhances you to be a better person.
And only through teaching, I think, of our history, of our language, of our love for learning, these are values that can bring children to adulthood to become good, strong citizens of the country they live in, but at the same time have the love for Israel, the love for their background, and to know who they are.
Une des valeurs, c'est Tikkun Olam, où on apprend à nos enfants, à nos élèves, d'aimer son prochain comme soi-même et de venir en aide auprès des personnes dans le besoin. Je sais que l'école supporte beaucoup cette cause en allant faire du bénévolat dans l'hôpital général juif, en faisant du bénévolat dans d'autres organismes pour justement venir en aide auprès de ces personnes qui ont besoin de la nourriture, des vêtements, de l'attention, des chants, de la joie dans leur cœur. Donc on offre cette opportunité à nos enfants de venir et d'embellir la journée auprès de ces personnes.
Et c'est une valeur qui est fondamentale chez nous. C'est extrêmement important, je pense que c'est une valeur fondamentale juive.
I'm very proud that I came from Talmud Torah.
In fact, I should tell you that I go to shul on Shabbat, and there's a group of us who get together because we were all in kindergarten in Talmud Torah.
We're very lucky in Montreal to have Herzliya because tefillah, prayer, many of our Jewish values are enhanced. We're very, very happy with that aspect of this high school.
The core values of the school remain the same. The infrastructure and the services, I mean, that's been a quantum leap. It's amazing to see all the services that are available to our kids, whether it be music, sports, theater. They can each grow and evolve in whatever direction that they like, but the important and core values of the school have remained the same.
I absolutely love the Letterman Moot competition. I love it for many reasons. First of all, if you're a lawyer, it has even more oomph to it because it really emphasizes the things that you do in the legal profession. And what I really love to see are the students and how they perform in bringing things forward.
This was a school where 3 of my children went to, graduated, had good experiences, became respected individuals in our community. This was part of the school that did it. And obviously, when it became the time to perhaps give a little more, it seemed to me that this was the time to leave or to give a gift so that the school can continue.
We started off with our eldest daughter, Olga, who now has a baby of her own. And everything she's done in life, whether it was go to New York to study there after Herzliya and all her experiences here in university, Herzliya was a great education, great foundation for her to continue to be. She was just a citizen of the world, whether she studied in London or whether she studied in New York. She was never lacking anything in her education. She was always able to excel and exceed. Each child of mine has different needs and was able to use the resources of the school in such a way. They each benefited very differently and developed in their education and their values. The nice thing is that when I did go for my second and my third daughters for the interviews with them, it's so nice. It's like coming back home.
I have all my dad's old Herzliya uniforms or his varsity jacket I have hanging in my closet. Feels like I'm a part of this school, that my family's a part of this school.
Do you know I was the president when your father graduated?
No.
Okay.
My parents gave me and my brothers the gift of a Jewish education, and it was central to our lives and the people that the adults that we eventually became. And we then gave the gift of a Jewish education to our children, and I have no doubt that they will pass on this tradition. I think that Judaism and the joy of Judaism was central to our upbringing and is central to the lives that we live today with our children, with our extended family. And I think I attribute the joy of Judaism and viewing the world through a Jewish lens to my mother. My mother recently passed away, and when I think back on her life, she was a Holocaust survivor and had an extremely difficult start to life until she came to Canada. And her values, her way of living was about joy and values and openness and tolerance, and Jewish education was just a no-brainer for her.
I very much like to have the cards sent, honestly, with my parents' name on it, because it perpetuates their memory, both within me and for something to people to see when they get it. And especially those who knew them as well, it brings them to mind again. That is important to me. It was something they believed in, It was something they both believed in. They also had independent interests, obviously, but this is something they could 100% agree upon. And so it gives me a really good feeling, and I like people to see that when they get it, and hopefully influence them.
The legacy was in honor of my late father. There's a story I'd like to share with you to tell you what type of a man he was. He was a Holocaust survivor. After he went to Auschwitz, and he was one of the lucky ones with his family, he was sitting in one of those rail cars that everybody talks about, with people dying all around him. And somebody threw a piece of bread that he caught in between the slats of the wood. And he believes that because of that piece of bread that he caught, it was the hand of God that kept him alive to keep on going. And he always felt that it was a stranger who threw him the bread. He always felt that we should always be giving. So I've kept somewhat of his legacy going by continuing to give. That's why the name of the award is the Lev Tov Award, or the Good Heart.
When it came time to honor someone through the Life and Legacy program, we chose to name the minyan, the daily minyan of Herzliya, after Moïse Safra, which is our brother-in-law. And he passed away a few years ago, but he was and he remains with his actions a great philanthrope, and his family, his kids carry on. And we thought it was right for Montreal to have a little bit of what he represented in the Jewish world. In his memory.
I see us as links in a chain, and we wanted to make a legacy gift because we wanted to make it clear that we have to just keep on building and passing on the amazing institutions that we have to the future.
We are really and truly grateful for what Herzliya offered our kids.
Yes, and I have to just say in a very casual way that our kids go to school happy every day, and
they look forward
to it.
And I think that we're really proud to have contributed in a very small fashion to building this school and building an institution that will be here for the next 100 years.
The Jewish Community Foundation has partnered with the Harold Greenspoon Foundation, and really this was to provide the support and infrastructure and education on how to have these conversations with donors, and to, again, incentivize institutions to think about not just today. We're all struggling with how to meet the needs of today, but the needs of tomorrow. And they've done a wonderful job. Really thank the JCF for bringing this to our community, and thank the Howard Greenspoon Foundation for partnering with us. And it's really left a lasting impact on our community.